All right. Okay. So we are gonna look at. Let me we're gonna look at some PCL stuff. Let me stop the music as well. So to be clear, you guys, we're gonna talk about the Pro Chess League finals that were held this weekend between the Armenian Eagles and the St. Louis Archbishops. Let me load this over here. Now there apparently were some allegations or something. I'm not sure what exactly. Let me change where my cam is. Let me put it down here. There are apparently some allegations of cheating or something of the like. So I'm gonna go through the article, then we're gonna watch a video, and we'll go from there. That was my jam, though. Yeah, I'll play it back later. Don't worry. Okay. So on Sunday, the Armenian Eagles won the 2020 Pro Chess League. Let me just highlight it so you guys can see it. By defeating St. Louis Archbishops 9.5, 6.5, the Eagles won $20,000 for their victory, while the Archbishops earned $10,000. Today's upset victory means the second title for the Eagles, who also won in 2018. The Archbishops won in 2017 and 2019. The China Pandas came third this year after beating the Canada Chess Bras on Saturday. The final was played between the only two teams that had won all their matches in the regular season. In the playoffs, the Pandas defeated the Indian Yogis in the quarterfinals back in March, and the Canada Chess Bras last Friday. In total, their championship included 10 straight team victories. The Eagles scored 102 board points out of possible 160 points. Over the whole season, the Archbishops scored one and a half board points more, but lost the crucial match. Okay, pretty standard. Okay, so all right, so I'm not going to read through the whole article here, of course, but I'll just read through this one last little bit. So it says, however, 36-year-old GM Tigran El Petrosian, the only player of the four who played in 3 consecutive league seasons, who became the man of the match. The namesake of Armenia's world champion in the 1960s scored a stunning 3.5 out of 4 against 4 players who are rated at least 100 points higher than him in standard chess. Okay, all right. Okay, let me take a look at these games. So let's see, what did Tigran do in this game? Okay, this is all pretty standard, pretty normal stuff. Queen d2, normal, g4 d4. Okay, looks pretty standard. I mean, it looks like a good game from Tigran, honestly, in this game, based on what I'm seeing. Although this is I mean, I'm not going to cast suspicion, but I know that Wesley was unhappy with this, so that's why I'm just going to take a look at this game. This whole knight d2 knight c4 is a little bit strange, but not anything really that out of the ordinary to me. King h1. Okay, pretty reasonable. Rook f7. Queen e4. Okay, and then of course Wesley just loses in this end game. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't see anything really strange in that first game. I'm gonna go through the games first rather than get to the Wesley video. I'll watch it afterwards. I just want to run through these games. Okay, so it's Hikaru Khan. I think you guys can see it, right? You guys can see the whole board. Okay, so this is actually, I played this in the St. Louis event quite a few times recently. I had this against Magnus and then against Hare Krishna. Pretty normal stuff. Bishop d2, c5. Okay, looks pretty normal. Although actually I don't feel like Petrosian plays the Hikaru Khan, so this is actually a touch odd. Actually, now that I think about it, Petrosian always in the World Blitz and Rapid was playing Philidors and e4 weird like moderns, so it's a little bit odd that he switched the Hikaru Khan against Fabiano. That I will note that, because he's not a Hikaru Khan player, he never plays it. So that is a touch strange, but nothing out of the ordinary, other than maybe he prepared it. Queen e2, rook c8. Okay, pretty normal. Rook c1. Okay, so Fabiano was apparently winning after knight g5 or something here. Oh wow, g5. Okay, so Fabiano is winning, it appears, and then he goes wrong. Let me guess. Fabiano was low on time. Let me guess. Like, as always, when Fabiano gets a winning position, but somehow he's no time at the end of the day. So yeah, so he misplays it. I don't know. To me, this game, Fabiano is better. I don't really see anything strange in this one either. Let me keep going. I'm just going to take a look at those games specifically. Or I don't even see them. That's it. Okay. There was an error. Please refresh. Okay, whatever. Let's refresh. Yeah, it seems pretty normal. I don't know. I don't know. Seems pretty normal. I don't. There was an error. Did the page crash or something? What? Did the page crash? No, okay, here we go. Okay, so apparently there's a comment on page 2 that I'm supposed to find. If it'll ever load. If it will ever load. Okay, what am I I don't even know what I'm supposed to be looking for. I'm supposed to be looking for some I don't know what I'm looking for. Apparently I'm supposed to be looking for something. Oh, am I supposed to be looking for this one by Wesley? Okay, well, what's this? Okay, here it is. Okay, yeah, Petrosian played better than Magnus Carlsen yesterday. I need to have some of that secret gin also. I wonder what happened to the Eagles' top scorers, Andriazian and Shan Sargisian. Why don't they play on chess.com anymore? Ooh. Yeah, okay. So, where do I begin with this comment? So it's pretty clear what Wesley is implying here with the comment. Let's see, are there replies? Is there a reply from Petrosian or somebody? I don't see a reply. What is this? Okay. Wesley says we want to have over the board rematch. Just kidding. Anyways, I think the final should have had live proctoring. Lots of work were at stake and weeks of playing through the qualifying phase. Okay. We want chess bras versus archbishops. Okay, so maybe this Chesky comment is funny. Maybe if you drank more fish stock, you would play better. A shame. Perhaps a reminder for next. Oh my god. Okay, that's okay, that is that's really good. I read the lower comment by who? By Chesky. Yeah. Armenia is such a strong team, so much strong that Petrosian needs not to look at board, instead looks down every move. Such strong. I think Armenia 100% deserves first prize. Their top 2 scorers were not allowed to play because they're so good, and it would become unfair for other teams. Regardless of not having their best 2 players, they still destroyed remaining opposition. I think the Armenians have learned the secret of the fish. Fish stock gives you omega-3s that naturally boost your brain. I assume the Armenians drink a lot of fish stock before game to give them that extra boost. Good stuff. Any more comments by Wesley in here? I don't think there are. So, okay, and I think there's a video I'm supposed to watch as well. Yeah, I mean, what I'm going to say as far as Andriazian and Shan Sargisian is I don't think they do play on chess.com anymore. Now, whether that's because something happened or didn't happen, I don't know. I mean, chess.com, I think they have like a don't ask, don't tell policy or something along those lines. So yeah, good point. Maybe they wouldn't have even made the top of their division in the regular season. Both Andriazian and Shant were playing better the whole season long than Fabiano Caruana. LOL. So yeah, I don't know exactly what's going on. I mean, Petrosian's games to me, those 2 that I saw up here looked fine. I mean, if you ask me about Armenia, I will say that Martirosyan, I've had a lot of suspicion about him for a while now. But I do believe in the chess.com the cheat detection team. So I mean, they clearly haven't seen anything that makes them think that. So so yeah, I think it's, I mean, I don't know. I don't see anything suspicious in the games, but that's just my take. There's some long comment by Wesley in here somewhere that I'm supposed to read. Where's this comment? I don't see it right. Oh, here it is. If this were over the board, we'd congratulate them right away and commend them for playing superbly and dominating the match. But in online games with no proctoring and barely a camera to show each player's faces, there's always a possibility that something could be happening behind the scenes. But in a 16-game match with a 26-13 average rating against a 27-68, to win very easily and have a player do better than Magnus Carlsen is highly improbable no matter how you look into it. On top of that, 2 of the members of their team have just disappeared surprisingly in the past. And to qualify into the finals this month to qualify into the finals takes months of qualification, only to run into Armenia in the finals. No, I would say in terms of the top 2 players, he's referring to Andriazian and Shan Sargisian, 2 of the players on the Armenian Eagles team, who apparently do not play on the chess.com site anymore. So yeah, I don't know what to make of it. I will say one thing that the one thing I will say about Tigran Petrosian in general that I find very strange is that with Tigran, I remember playing Tigran a lot when we were younger. I played him many times on the Internet Chess Club. Probably I would say around 2003 to 2006, 2007 ish. And his rating was 2600 plus. So he was a very strong blitz player, very strong over the board player. I played him in Gibraltar. I beat him, I think, in the 9th round. One of those improbable years when I went 5 out of 5 to win the tournament. And he was a very strong chess player, and then he kind of fell off the face of the earth. So he fell off the face of the earth sometime thereafter. I don't know if he if he quit playing chess, he got a job, or what exactly went on, but he stopped playing. And one thing that I find that I will say about that is that it's very odd to me that it seems like after taking so many years away from the game, that it seems like he's not any worse than he was back then. It seems like he's almost better than he was back then, which to me seems very strange. That's the only thing that I will say in terms of the topic, but that doesn't mean that I'm suspicious. It's odd to me that he came back as strong, if not better, than when he quit. But overall, when I look at the games that he played, at least those two, I mean, maybe they have the other two games here. Here we go. Let me find the other two games. I don't see anything that really is weird to me. How did he beat Lenier, though? Let's see how he beat Lenier, because Lenier is Mr. Solid, very traditional repertoire. Okay, so this again was another King's Indian attack. Pretty normal. Okay, normal. I mean, nothing really all that special. Okay. I mean, I don't know. There's nothing really that I'm seeing that makes me, there's nothing that really makes me suspicious, honestly, when I look at these games, because all these moves feel very natural to me. I mean, actually, Queen D2, actually, you know what, though? Queen D2 was a weird move here. Queen D2 is a weird move here for a human. Now that I look at it, Queen D2 is a very strange move. This is a very strange move. This is a very deep finesse to stop A5, because if I was playing this game, I think probably 90% of the time, if not more, I would just go F4, Queen F2, and Knight takes D4. F4 looks like the human move here. Queen D2 is a very deep move. That, I will say, Queen D2 feels like one of those very deep finesse moves. Because, like, for me, if I'm playing this in a blitz game, maybe even rapid, I just insta go F4, idea Queen F2, Knight takes D4. Check with an engine. I mean, can I copy this? Let's see. Or let me can I do this? Let me try to do a analysis board. Okay, let me close this. I think we can see an analysis board, right? Okay, let's just do this. Okay, whatever. The move order doesn't matter. Let's see. Queen E2, B5, something like this. Castles. Bishop E7. Let me go to the other screen. How did they get here? Knight F1, Bishop B7, H4. Okay, Knight F1, Bishop B7, H4. Okay, it's something like this. Not exactly like this, but anyway. Rook F8. Here, Queen here, Knight here. I think this was the position, right? Wait, was this the exact position? Let's see. Okay, it's 8. Oh, the pawn's on A3, so somehow I have to lose one tempo. Let me lose a tempo. Let me just lose a tempo. So this is the position, right? This is the position. And Queen D2 is the right move. See, because for me as a human, I would instantly play F4 and Queen F2. Queen D2 is to me, is a very strange move for a human to play. I will say that about this. I will say that Queen D2 is a very strange move, because to me I would think F4, A5, Queen F2, and I'm just much better. And actually see the valuation bar does go to +1, but I think after F4 there's a Knight C5 trick, or there's also B4. So it's like Queen D2 is just such a deep move here. I mean, this is like a really deep finesse. I will say that Queen D2 is a very deep finesse. No, I'm not saying that he's cheating. I mean, I haven't seen anything that really makes me suspicious. This is the only move, though, that I will say is a little bit odd to me. It's a little bit odd. I will say that for sure, in terms of this game. But otherwise, I mean, haven't seen anything yet that I think otherwise really makes me think anything. Let me see, though. He goes Queen D2, Knight B8. Okay, F4, Knight C6. Well, not Bishop C6. The question is F5 the best move? Okay, I'm gonna let this sit for, let me change the depth actually. Let me see what it says at a deeper depth. Let's go to 22. Okay, I really want to see what it's going to say at deeper depth. Is f5 actually going to be an advantage? Okay, so now it's saying f5 is the best move. Again, as a human, f5 doesn't feel like the natural continuation here, because after f5, ef5, this could be very messy, like bishop d5, knight d8. I mean, like, I don't know. To see f5 and e6 again, I would be curious to see what the time usage was. I'd be curious to see what the time usage was, because to me as a human, this doesn't look traditional. Queen d2 looks odd, and f5 also looks a little bit odd. I will say. I'm not gonna pretend. It does look a little bit odd to me. These two moves, Queen d2 and f5, look a little bit odd. Because I also would think that for me, the natural move as a human would be Queen f2, and Queen f2, like it's flipping back and forth, but Queen f2. And then f5 or g4 and f5, this looks a little bit more traditional to me. So yeah, I don't know. It's I will say that Queen d2 to me, it's a strange move. It's a very strange move. But I don't think we have timestamps on the exact moves that were played. Okay, f5, a5. I don't think there's anything else in this game though that was suspicious. Let me go back here. Let me see. Okay, bishop h3, of course, very normal, very normal. Queen e2, I mean, it seems completely reasonable, just because you want to reroute the knight to d2, back to d2, of course. Yeah, I would say, I mean, as I'm looking at this, okay, Queen a7. I mean, okay, let me put this on the engine. Let's see what it says exactly. So, okay, so f4, a5, f5 is played. He played or wait, no, sorry, he didn't do this. Sorry, he played Queen d2. Knight b8, f4, knight c6, f5, a5, takes, of course, bishop h3, rook e8, queen e2, best move. Pretty logical. What was the move after queen e2? Played rook f7. Okay, rook f1, again, top move. Rook f1, rook f1. And now what do you play? Rook f1, queen c7. Queen f2, top move again. Bishop c8, knight d4. Takes, queen c2. Of course, queen c2. Queen a7, rook f8. Queen e7. Yeah, I don't know. I'm bothered by this game. I'm bothered by this game. I'm not gonna lie. I'm bothered by this game. I am bothered by this. Because when I see the number of absolute perfect moves, none of these last like 5 moves are really that weird to me. But the whole sequence, the whole string of playing 9 perfect moves in a row, when the moves like Queen d2 does not seem natural. To me, that seems very deep, very finesse move. Like, that's the sort of move that I think Magnus would find, and like any of the top guys would find after a long think in a classical game. I think if you ask Magnus about this position, he would not find Queen d2 right away. He once it's played, he'd be like, oh yeah, obviously that must be the best move. I'm sure it's a computer move. But I bet if you gave this position to Magnus, he would find Queen d2, and I think I would too. But we would not come up with it in very quickly. It would take a lot of time. I think it would take a lot of time to come up with this move. So it's a little bit odd. And f5 also I think is a little bit strange. But overall, I mean, I don't think there's anything conclusive. But this game, unlike the other two, I am a little bit bothered by this. To me, I mean, f4 just is such for a grandmaster. F4 is just such an obvious move because you got to support the pawn, play for f5. You want to go queen f2. You know, the harmony of the moves flows together. So, in a non-theoretical game, Magnus played 23 perfect moves in the middle game. Yes, the reason this move is odd is not that it's the best move, but it's not a standard move. It's not a move that I think comes to mind quickly. Magnus would see it. I mean, I think most of us would maybe come up with it, but f4 is so obvious. It's screaming to be played here. So this game does bother me a little bit. I will say that. The other two games, I don't see anything strange. I think that basically Fabiano got a good position and blundered. And the other one against Wesley just got outplayed. But this game, I will say, it does feel a little bit. It feels like there could be something wrong with this game. So, Wesley's game, I thought there was nothing really strange. There's nothing I saw in Wesley's game that made me think like, you know, wow, like there's some huge computer move. It's only this game, these two moves, this queen d2 move and this f5 move, that feel a little bit strange to me. But the Wesley game just looked normal. So it is what it is. All right, so I got to make sure I'm